Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of January 6, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. Overall impact and future operations. The sustained military pressure has resulted in a continuous depletion of Ukrainian military strength and morale, paving the way for further strategic advancements. The briefing underscores the intention of the Russian armed forces to continue their offensive operations to weaken and destroy remaining Ukrainian armed forces formations.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, where we bring you the latest developments from the field. I'm your host, and today we are joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer leading combined armed forces on the ground. He's here to provide an in-depth briefing on the progress of the special military operation as of January 6, 2025. Thank you for joining us, Colonel Oguntoye.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to share updates on the progress of the special military operation.
Colonel, let's begin with an overview. What's the current status of the special military operation as of January 6, 2025?
The operation is advancing steadily across multiple fronts. Our forces have conducted successful engagements in the Kharkov, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, and Kursk regions, inflicting heavy losses on enemy formations, neutralizing strategic positions, and liberating key settlements.
Let's start with the Kharkov region. What progress has been made there?
In the Kharkov direction, our North group of forces defeated formations of two territorial defense brigades in the settlements of Volchansk and Lipsy. Ukrainian losses included 70 servicemen, 2 combat armored vehicles, 3 cars, and a 122mm D-30 howitzer. Additionally, an ammunition depot was destroyed, further degrading their operational capabilities.
How about the Luhansk People's Republic? I understand there were notable advancements there.
The West group of forces has made significant advancements, focusing on improving their positions along the forward edge. In the Luhansk People's Republic and adjacent regions, our forces conducted successful operations targeting Ukrainian formations. We inflicted heavy losses on the enemy, defeating the manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized brigades, an assault brigade, 2 territorial defense brigades, and a National Guard brigade. This occurred in areas such as Druzhelyabovka, Podoly, Kovsharovka, and Vyureknia in the Kharkiv region, as well as Yampilovka and Torskoy in the Donetsk People's Republic. During these operations, our forces repelled 3 counterattacks launched by Ukrainian assault groups. The enemy suffered 550 personnel losses, and we destroyed several key assets, including 2 U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carriers, an Italian-made Iveco fighting vehicle, a UK-made Braveheart 155mm self-propelled artillery mount, among others.
Let's turn to the Donetsk People's Republic. This seems to be a focal point of activity.
The southern group of troops successfully liberated Kurikovo, a heavily fortified settlement. Ukrainian forces deployed over 15,000 troops in an attempt to hold the city, including elite mechanized and airborne assault brigades. Their efforts were decisively countered, with 265 personnel lost, alongside significant hardware, including a German-made Leopard tank and multiple artillery systems.
And what updates do you have on the center group?
Additionally, in the center group sector, we liberated the village of Dachinskoy. Our forces repelled 14 counterattacks and inflicted heavy losses, including 535 Ukrainian personnel, 4 tanks, and a range of other combat vehicles and artillery systems.
The East Group also played a role. What can you tell us about their operations?
The East group of forces has been crucial in advancing deep into enemy defenses and weakening Ukrainian positions in key areas. Their operations have primarily targeted formations of the Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 2 territorial defense brigades. Key areas of engagement include the settlements of Bogodar, Novy Komar, and Niskuchnoy in the Donetsk People's Republic, as well as Timirovka in the Zaporizhia region. The Ukrainian armed forces have suffered significant losses, including 170 servicemen, 4 vehicles, Artillery systems such as the 155mm Bogdana self-propelled unit, a 155mm M198 howitzer made in the USA, a 152mm Jayat Sintes gun, a 152mm D20 gun, and a 122mm D30 howitzer. Additionally, an ammunition depot in the region was destroyed, further disrupting Ukrainian logistics and resupply efforts.
That's a lot of action in Donetsk. What about the DNEPR group of forces? How are they contributing?
The Dnipro group of forces has been instrumental in conducting operations that disrupt enemy defenses and logistics in both the Zaporizhia and Kherson regions. Their efforts have targeted Ukrainian mechanized and coastal defense brigades, as well as a National Guard brigade. Key engagements occurred in the settlements of Orkhov and Novoandrivka in the Zaporizhia region, as well as Poniatowka and Sadovo in the Kherson region. These operations inflicted substantial losses on the Ukrainian armed forces, including 80 personnel, 6 vehicles, artillery systems such as a US-made M777 155mm howitzer and a 122mm D30 howitzer. Furthermore, the group destroyed 3 ammunition depots, severely impacting the Ukrainian forces' ability to sustain operations in the region.
It sounds like air and missile forces are pivotal to your overall strategy. What strategic advantages do these efforts bring to the operation?
The strategic advantages are significant. By targeting critical infrastructure, we deny the enemy the ability to resupply, regroup, and mount effective counterattacks. The neutralization of aerial threats ensures our forces operate in a secure environment, unimpeded by drone or missile attacks. Additionally, the precision and coordination of air and missile forces create opportunities for ground forces to achieve their objectives more efficiently, minimizing risk to personnel while maximizing operational impact.
Colonel, the Kursk region has been mentioned in recent briefings. Can you provide an update on the situation there?
The Kursk region remains a critical area in this operation due to its proximity to the border and its strategic significance. Over the past 24 hours, our forces have effectively countered Ukrainian attempts to advance in this region, inflicting significant losses on the enemy. Ukrainian forces launched a counterattack near the village of Bolshu-Soldotskoye, aiming to disrupt our progress. However, the decisive actions of the North Group of forces, supported by aviation and artillery, successfully neutralized their efforts. The main enemy forces were stopped before reaching the Burden Farm, with over 150 servicemen, 4 tanks, and 16 armored combat vehicles destroyed during the engagement. The sustained efforts of the Russian armed forces in the Kursk region have significantly disrupted Ukrainian plans to break through our defenses. These actions ensure that we maintain control of critical areas and prevent any meaningful advances by the Ukrainian armed forces.
That's a comprehensive update, Colonel. What does this mean for the broader operation in the Kursk direction?
Strategically, it underscores our dominance in the Kursk region. The Ukrainian armed forces are not only being held back, but are suffering substantial losses in personnel and equipment. This diminishes their capacity to regroup or launch sustained counteroffensives. Furthermore, the successful defense and offensive operations in Kursk pave the way for broader operational advancements, as it stabilizes our northern flank and allows us to redirect resources to other critical fronts. The main challenges include countering advanced Ukrainian air defense systems and adapting to their evolving tactics, particularly in deploying UAVs and long-range artillery. However, our forces have demonstrated adaptability, leveraging superior technology and operational planning to stay ahead of these challenges. The successful interception of a wide array of aerial threats, from guided bombs to drones, underscores our ability to mitigate these risks effectively.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to share the latest developments with your audience. Israeli forces attack densely populated areas across Gaza, killing at least 14 Palestinians overnight and 49 in the past 24 hours. Israel is wrangling over the details of a potential ceasefire agreement, with the Palestinian group telling news agencies it has approved a list of 34 captives presented by Israeli authorities to be released as part of the first phase of that deal. Israel delays Hamas using the provided list of the captives as a tool,